Of all the executive orders signed by President Donald Trump, the birthright citizenship by far has got to be one of the most controversial. Hello, everyone. It's attorney Andre McKinney Dorval, AMD here. Let's talk about the latest on the birthright citizenship lawsuit. Now, the First Circuit Court of Appeals has issued a decision that upholds the trial court's preliminary injunction that blocks the birthright citizenship executive order from going into effect. Now, what this means is that by upholding the preliminary injunction, this means the executive order to narrow the scope of birthright citizenship remains blocked and cannot be enforced by the federal government while the underlying lawsuit proceeds. Now, this also means that as a part of the ruling from the court, it means that the appeals court has determined that the plaintiffs in the case are exceedingly likely to succeed on their claims that the executive order is unconstitutional because it conflicts with the citizenship clause of the 14th Amendment. Now, guys, the president signed this executive order back on January 20th, and that order had hard deadlines as to when it would go into effect. Soon after, we know lawsuits were filed. Now, what it's important to know is that this case is being fought hard on both sides. And so with this latest ruling from the appeals court, agreeing to uphold the preliminary injunction, it only means that more of this fighting will continue until it makes its way to the U.S. Supreme Court. So ultimately, what does this appeals court decision in a nutshell do? Well, it changes nothing. So for families who have children born in the United States, those children will still be automatically U.S. citizens, regardless of the immigration status of their parents. And so this is really teeing up and setting up the stage for this issue to make its way to the Supreme Court so that the Supreme Court will ultimately be the final decider on this case. I do encourage you to check out our very first video when we discuss this. We go into history in terms of what the underlying substance of the fight is about. We also talk about the preliminary injunction and what that is and what plaintiffs have to show. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. I will definitely see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.